First things first, we want to adjust the height. The height should reflect that our thighs or our upper legs are roughly horizontal or parallel to the floor. To do that, we would use our height adjustment mechanism, the square pedal that's located just underneath your armrest position. Remember, we don't want to adjust our chair too low because our knees are going to end up being higher than our hips. That can cause tightening of your hip flexor, which can cause hip and even lower back discomfort. Having your knees higher than your hips also places excess pressure from the chair pan on the upper portion of your upper leg. That can also lead to discomfort. We also, on the contrary, don't want to set the chair too high because our feet will be left unsupported or our thighs will not be horizontal. This will cause a lot of excess pressure to be placed on the back of the legs once again, and the weight of our legs is going to actually be pulling on our hips and pelvis, which can lead to hip and even lower back discomfort once again. So having your thighs roughly horizontal or your hips slightly higher than your knee is preferred in most cases. The next aspect on your chair would be the seat pan itself. Now, the seat pan size should reflect that there is a small space, roughly 2 to 4 fingers worth, behind your calf knee to the front edge of the chair. But there is a seat pan slider mechanism underneath the front edge of the seat pan, much like a car would have. This would allow you to make a slight adjustment to make sure that you're getting that more comfortable position or that small space behind your legs. You can clip up on that seat pan slider mechanism to pull the seat pan out a little bit farther from the backrest or push it in. It all depends on what feels more comfortable for you or if you're trying to get the right fit. Sometimes the seat pan being a little bit closer to the backrest will give a little bit more back comfort, but sometimes bringing the seat pan out a little farther will give a little bit more comfort on the upper or lower portion of the upper leg. Now, the next aspect on your ErgoCentric chair would be the backrest itself. The backrest is straighter in design and is adjustable in 3 different ways. One, the backrest angle adjustment is our triangle. So I would pull sternly up on this triangle to release the backrest's angle adjustment mechanism. I then place a little bit of pressure on the backrest itself, and you can see that I can now freely move that backrest to change the angle. Now you want to position yourself in an upright posture that allows you to rest against the backrest. The backrest angle's position is important. A slight recline is recommended, roughly 95 to 110 degrees, to help accomplish you being upright and straight while resting your back against the backrest itself. If you go too reclined, you're more likely to tilt your head forward or poke forward as you're working. That can cause compression in the cervical, the neck portion of your spine, or even strain the muscles that run down the neck into the back column region. On the contrary, if you go too far upright, you're more likely to round your back forward progressively as you're working. This is why setting the chair's backrest angle in a slight recline is recommended, to support you upright and straight, but give you the chance to rest your back against that chair's backrest. Now, the next aspect of your chair is the lumbar support itself. Now, the chair has an internal air cushion located in the lower portion of that backrest. It's adjustable in 2 ways. The most obvious way is the pump. By using this pump mechanism and pumping, I can increase the support in the lower back portion of the backrest. The pump mechanism will release or pump air into that lower portion to increase the intensity. If you prefer to have less intensity in the lower back region, you can also use the black button to release the air. It all depends on what you feel more comfortable with. Now, what most people do miss is that that lumbar support and backrest is height adjustable to fit it more comfortably. The pump mechanism itself is also a lever. If you push it away from the backrest, it then releases the sliding mechanism. You would put your hands on both sides of your backrest, raise it higher or lower to try and fit that lumbar support more comfortably in your lower back. It all depends on what feels good for you. You would then proceed to lock it in position once again so it's not sliding on you. Now, the next aspect of your chair would be your armrests. Now, the armrests on the chair or the position should reflect that your elbows are at your sides, arms hanging loose, as opposed to flaring them out, and that your shoulders are down and relaxed as opposed to shrugging. Setting the height is very vital for making sure that you're not compromising your postures. Further on, you want to try and maintain your elbows at your sides. Sliding in the armrest or swiveling it just to get under the elbow forearm region is also key to making sure that you're not going to flare your arms out. Overall, your posture should be that your back is resting against that chair's backrest and your elbows are at your sides as you're working, and last, your shoulders are relaxed or in a down posture. Your forearms will look horizontal or parallel to the floor if you are working, typing and mousing on a desktop, as opposed to a keyboard tray which can tilt. This is the rundown basics of the ErgoCentric chair. I hope you found this video helpful, and thank you.